This was like really my decision. It like really wasn't hers, on Dad's grave, on everything, on Bible.
I barely post my kids because like honestly, they're gonna be like who they are because of the parents and the family that's surrounded by both, you know what I mean? So it's like, why even burn my kids out? We share 50-50 custody, that's number one. Also too, I cannot control if Chloe is watching Dream at Rob's house. You know, that's when he has his daughter.
Oh, you guys, get ready because I have the piping hot tea to spill on the Kardashian fam today. This is some seriously messy stuff involving Dream Kardashian and her parents Rob and Blac Chyna, and it's giving me all the icks. So apparently there's this growing concern that Kris Jenner, aka the infamous momager, is low-key trying to exploit and monetize her own granddaughter Dream for fame and profit. I mean, how twisted is that? The story goes that Kris has been filing all these shady trademarks in Dream's name for like beauty products, merch, you name it, all without getting permission from Blac Chyna first. Her thirst to turn Dream into the next Kylie Jenner beauty influencer is just too much. A judge thankfully shut down Kris's attempts to trademark Dream's name and identity for now, but she's clearly not letting up. She's been managing Rob's Instagram and posting way more pics of Dream than even Rob does. So calculated. Then there was that time Dream randomly starred in some country crock butter commercial that Kris and Chloe apparently booked behind Chyna's back. It's just all so shady and weird. The whole thing has people wondering where Rob stands in all this. Like, is he really okay with his own mom exploiting his daughter for clout and cash? Or is Kris just steamrolling over his passive behavior as usual? There are rumors Rob is low-key worried that Kris is going to negatively impact Dream by forcing her into the spotlight way too young. But he doesn't seem to be doing much to actually stop his momager mode mom from her thirsty antics. It's got a lot of fans thinking that maybe Chyna should just go for full custody at this point. Apparently, she's adamant about protecting Dream's privacy and innocence for as long as possible, while Kris seems obsessed with making her the next big child star commodity. Yikes! One person commented that while Dream spends 50-50 time with her parents, Rob is always pawning her off on Kris and Chloe during his custody days instead of actually being a present father figure. No surprise there if we're being honest. Chyna did an interview shutting down that she only has 30% custody, saying it's an even split, but she can't control when Rob chooses to have his family babysit Dream instead of him. Still, the optics aren't great for Rob as the allegedly uninvolved dad.
Wrong here, but my recollection is that you had Dream about 30% of the time. Is that something you're moving to change? And are you, communicating with Rob and I guess the rest of the family? Because I know Chloe played a part in raising Dream as well. Has this made inroads for you in that department?
We share 50-50 custody, that's number one. Also too, I cannot control if Chloe is watching Dream at Rob's house. You know, that's when he had...
To me, this whole situation just reeks of the classic Kardashian exploitation and toxic family dynamics we've seen play out for years on their reality shows, you know? It's giving very much Kris prioritizing her daughter's careers and fame over everything, including her son Rob's interests and boundaries. She's apparently been nudging all the granddaughters into the spotlight too while sidelining the grandsons. We all remember when Chloe suggested she was more of a mom to Dream than Chyna during one episode. That energy of trying to downplay and replace the actual mother. So messed up if true, this pattern of the Kardashian women seemingly exploiting their own kids for fame from infanthood is disturbing enough. But to see Kris now extending that to monetizing her granddaughter Dream before she's even out of diapers, it's a full 180 from how Chyna claims she wants to raise her daughter. Chyna has been quoted saying she wants to protect Dream's creativity and imagination by keeping her sheltered from public life for as long as possible. She doesn't want Dream stressing over her appearance or dealing with anxiety from being in the spotlight too young, which is so healthy. But of course, good parenting ethics like that seem to go against everything Kris Jenner and most of her daughters believe in. They've profited massively off of commodifying their own children's identities and bodies from literal infancy. It's nauseating. I'm sure to them, Dream is just the latest well of untapped capital to exploit. Why let her live her life as a normal kid when they can slap her face on some lip kits and bank off her before she's even in kindergarten? So gross. At this point, I wouldn't put anything past Kris and her insatiable need to make every family member a cash cow for her own financial gain and power trip. This woman trademarked momager for crying out loud. She's not even trying to hide her obsessive need to control and monetize her own offspring. If I were Chyna, I would be fighting tooth and nail for full custody to get Dream completely out of that toxic environment. Rob seems too passive and under Kris's spell to actually keep Dream's best interests in mind over his mother's ambitions. Or who knows, maybe Rob low-key wants Kris to live out her creepy star maker fantasies through Dream since he was never interested in that life himself. Either way, it's a mess. I just hope Dream doesn't end up as jaded and traumatized from being in the industry too young as some of the other Kardashian kids have been. That family has proven time and again that they will eagerly exploit and sexualize their own children for profit from an appallingly young age. The way they impose intense beauty standards, the inappropriate modeling shoots, the lack of boundaries. It's honestly disturbing parenting at its finest from Kris and co. I feel for any kids trapped in that toxic cycle of commercialism over healthiness. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Kris is really trying to pull a full momager move with Dream despite Chyna's objections? Should Rob step in and shut it down, or should Chyna just go for full custody? I need all the hot goss. Bye.